Grisha caught a glimpse of red panties, then realized, wait a minute, that's modern underwear. He lunged forward for the truth. The director panicked. This was about to break the illusion, but the girl acted fast. She yanked off the underwear and hid it in a haystack. Grisha thought he was hallucinating from homesickness. He apologized for his rude behavior.
Прости меня, я вел себя как животное.
Не надо оскорблять животных.
His first apology in his entire life. His father teared up. Maybe there was still hope. Liza, the girl, accepted the apology and joked.
Почему никто? По нашим порядкам ты теперь женишься.
She meant it as a joke, but Grisha took it seriously. From that day on, he hovered around Liza whenever he could. The director was stunned. This wasn't in a script. Aglaya was supposed to be the lead. To steer him back, the crew scripted a suicide attempt. Aglaya would fake drowning herself to escape the arranged marriage. Grisha would rescue her, and romance would blossom. Everything went to plan. He saved her and carried her onto a wagon. Then came the bed scene. Aglaya tried everything to seduce him. Her full assets on display. But Grisha just shrugged, shut the door, and left. Right now, he's only interested in Liza. The director had no choice but to rewrite the script. Originally, Liza was just a background character. Now she was promoted to the leading lady. Under Grisha's relentless pursuit, Liza became his girlfriend. And just when the two were deep in their honeymoon phase, the director decided it was time to introduce a side plot. One day, the slave owner summoned Grisha, served him a lavish meal with fine wine and delicious food. After Grisha was full and happy, the owner said,
My son ran someone over in town while riding his horse. We need a slave to take the whipping for him. You seem like the perfect candidate. If you agree, I'll give you your freedom, a house, and I'll marry Liza off to you. If you say yes, I'll even throw in a watermelon.
Grisha blinked. Huh? A watermelon? Covering for someone else? That's my specialty. But truth be told, Grisha wasn't in it for the perks. He was reminded of his past, how he once hit someone in a car crash and forced one of his lackeys to take the fall. He realized that if he didn't agree today, he'd never live in peace again. What goes around comes around. Karma never skips a turn. And now, the role of the scapegoat had landed squarely on him. This time, Grisha learned how to share. Soon, the enforcers arrived in the village and whipped Grisha 20 times. With every lash, Grisha grimaced in pain. But with every lash, it was as if a layer of sin was being stripped away. This punishment, he deserved it. Even though the whole setup was orchestrated by his wealthy dad, the old man still couldn't bear to watch. The next day, Grisha went to the slave owner's house to retrieve his freedom contract. But surprise, surprise, the landowner and his son broke their promise. Not only did they refuse to give it to him, they mocked him, even spat in his face. You got to admit, these professional actors were next level. Their performance had the entire audience seething with rage. You'd think Grisha would man up and fight back. But no, he chose cowardice again. After all, that was his style, bully the weak, fear the strong. That night, Grisha and Liza lay on the grass talking. He told her about how he was humiliated by the landowner's son. He had clenched his fists, nearly throwing punch, but didn't, because when he looked at that spoiled brat's face, he saw his old self. Grisha's rich dad was ecstatic. Finally, his son was starting to reflect.